Hi guys, today we'll be looking at power supply units. So what power supply basically do is they convert an AC voltage back to a DC voltage. And this specific power supply we have here accepts, when you look at the nameplate of the power supply, it has the input voltage is 240 volts. That's a single phase voltage rating for my country, but this power supply is designed to accept an input of 120 to 330 volts at a current of 4.6 amps to 2.5 amps with operational frequencies of 50 to 60 hertz, and then also 110 volts DC to 220 volts DC. It's a current rating of 4.8 to 2.4 amps. And then most importantly, the output voltage. Today we'll be speaking much about the output voltage. This is designed to give an output voltage of 24 volts DC. 24 volts DC. So what happens when it's not able to give a 24 volts DC? The connections are quite simple. You connect your live here, you connect your neutral here, and then your earth here. These are for your output voltages. As you can see indicated here, these are for your output voltages, 2 positives and 2 minus. And then this for your inputs, your live, neutral, and then earth. So live, neutral, and then earth. And then it's this one in particular says input of 120 to 230 volts, operational frequency of 50 or 60 hertz AC. That's what's accepted here. I'll speak a bit on this indicator lamps you see here. We have 3 indicator lamps here. This one is for when you have an OK 24 volt signal. The next one is for an overload. It's an overload light, and then the next one is a shutdown. When you off your power supply, it's supposed to go off. So what happens when your power supply is unable to give you your 24 volt DC signal? When your machines are running and then you check your power supply, I'll use this as an example. Your positive and then your minus supposed to give you 24 volt DC, but our meter is reading 20 or 21 volt DC. So how do you solve this problem? Ideally, the first thing you are supposed to do is to check the potentiometer that has been provided over here and then regulate it. The potentiometer over here, you'll be able to adjust the voltage from 24 to 28 volts. So depending on your load, you can adjust it however you want it. So I've adjusted it to the maximum limit. Let's measure the voltage that we have at the output here, and then we have our 28 volts DC. That's the maximum this power supply can give. So whenever your power supply is unable to provide your 24 volts, your first step is to adjust your potentiometer and then monitor the voltage readings on your meter. So we'll try and adjust it a bit and see if we can get our 24 volts DC to run at 24 volt DC parts of the machine. It's 28. It's 20. So this is the work of our potentiometer. We use it to vary the output voltage. You can see I've varied the output voltage of the power supply unit. There's an input. Let me measure the input. The input records a 240 volts AC voltage. 240 volts. We have some few tolerances also. So that's how we do our basic checks on our power supply units. In subsequent videos, we'll be opening the power supply and then try and do some few troubleshooting on the DC circuits. Whenever we are having issues, we'll try and look at the components and then how to troubleshoot the DC components of the power supply unit. Thank you.